Hi kids, this is my Gran.
George, Kenneth,
Kenneth,
John,
yeah, that's a good name.
or even Stephen.
Even Stephen. Well, your great grandchildren and great grandchildren would like to know a little bit about you. So, you were born in Liverpool, am I right?
No, Birkenhead.
Yeah, but Birkenhead's in Liverpool.
No, it isn't.
Cool kid.
No, it isn't, though.
I always thought it was, but
No, it isn't. Liverpool's Liverpudlians. Birkenhead are Birkonians. And it's across the River Mersey.
What do you think of it? What do you think of Liverpool?
Not a great deal of Liverpool, but I love Birkenhead.
Was it sort of smelly or?
No, it was lovely.
Would you say it was nicer? Newcastle as a place?
Birkenhead. Although the coast in Newcastle, I think, is excellent. You'll go a long way before you'll see any better than the natural coastline of Northumbria.
Did you go to any football matches?
No, only
Liverpool
when my
were
brother
very good
used
then,
to
weren't
play.
Well, Liverpool good there? They've always been good, I'm afraid. What about school?
Oh, I liked my school. Started at 5 and I finished at 14.
That was worth fun, wasn't it?
Hardly.
Have the accents always been the same, or have they changed over the years?
No, just about the same, so. Liverpudlians are more, have got more brogue in their speech than the Birkonians. The Liverpudlians think the Birkonians are posh.
But they're not.
No, they're just the same
I
as
didn't
anybody
even know
else.
that.
Look.
Iran.
No, the Liverpudlians think the Birkonians.
I went when I was little.
Yes.
So what was it like? Tell us about the good old days then, and tell us about school.
School.
Caned it all.
No, we got kept in. When I was younger, when I first started school at the age of 5, it wasn't school as you knew it. I mean, we used to just write with slates with a wooden frame round.
Didn't use ink at all?
And chalk. Pardon?
Didn't even use ink?
No
Not
ink.
even those.
Not until we went into the seniors, and then we had inkwells.
And what did you do when you left school?
The first job I had was 12 hours a day, 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night.
That's terrible.
Every other Sunday off for 5 shillings a week.
How much is that? No.
25 pence.
5 shillings for 5 pence, yeah, but the pounds and pence were different, weren't they? So what would that be now? What did you buy with 5 shillings?
Not much, love, not even a loaf.
It was 5 shillings a week, and you couldn't buy a loaf of bread.
Oh, you could in those days. A loaf of bread was only about 4pence or something like that. Sweets was only about 2pence a quarter, penny a quarter, some sweets.
And what were you doing? What's the job?
Housework, real hard work.
How long did you do that for?
I don't know, love, I think a couple of years. And I had to wait until I was 18 before I could go into a factory.
What sort of factory?
Do you know the Mobil Oil?
No.
Have you ever?
Mobil?
Mobil Oil.
M-O-B-I-L?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, we called it Mobil. Mobil Oil. Well, I worked for them and I got 27 and 6 a week. That was £1 7 and 6pence a week. And it was ordinary factory hours. But it was still hard work. But I liked it, and I thought I was very, very rich. At £1 7 and 6 a week.
What about what happened when did the war start?
1939 September.
So how old were you then?
21. 20.
My age. Okay. That's going to be a war now. Quite a coincidence, isn't it? So what did you do during the war?
Well,
you missed the first one, didn't you? Because that finished
Oh,
in 18. So you were a First World War baby?
no, 1918 that finished.
Yeah, you were born in 1918?
19, I was born the next year.
Yeah. You were
So I wasn't a...
baby boom.
No.
Sorry, kids.
Well, it was a baby boom year because all the soldiers were away.
Yeah.
I mean, all the soldiers were away in the First
So what
World
did you do
War.
what did you do in the Second World War? You were at home all the time.
No, I managed a biscuit stall for a gentleman in St John's Market in Liverpool, and then from there I went on the buses. I was conducting on the Birkenhead buses. I even drove one of them.
I remember you told me a story once about a bomb going through your roof.
Oh yes, that was dreadful.
You got hit by a German bomb. Did you
Well,
exaggerate that story, or is it?
Oh no, love, no. At the top of our street, there was a row of streets, and it started off like that, and went out, and the streets got longer and longer. Well, at the top of the street, I was lying on the settee because we were living in Anderson shelters most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what an Anderson shelter is?
I do, yeah. Tell us anyway.
Well, it's dug into the ground, so many feet deep into the ground, and they put bunks in, and you had to have a sack over the door where you couldn't. Where's it going?
Carry on.
You as soon as sometimes the aeroplanes were over before the sirens went. But anyway, this time I was lying on the settee, and it was a landmine that went off.
Mine?
A landmine.
Somebody stood on a landmine?
No, love, no. It's what they used to parachute from the planes.
Oh.
And
Used to parachute bombs down?
yes.
I never knew that.
They were called landmines. They were huge things. You know a sea mine?
Yeah.
It had the spikes just the same, but they were sent from a plane on parachutes.
And one of them landed
And one of them landed at the top of our street and demolished all that row of streets, and it blew me off the settee, because you couldn't go to bed in those days. Aye.
Not bad. So was the war really, really, really horrible?
Yes,
Did
we
you struggle
got
through
it very bad. In fact, one of our bedroom windows, you might not believe this, was absolutely taken from the wall and just sailed down into the garden. This is the second story, and there wasn't a pane of glass even cracked, so it must just sail down on the blast. There was a lady next door had a glass cabinet. Do you know what a glass cabinet is?
I can imagine.
Well, when you put cups and saucers and everything in,
Yeah.
you know, something like this but bigger. And
So-
that everything inside was powder, and yet the glass outside wasn't even cracked. Now, how would that happen?
Got me.
I don't
So there
know.
were a lot of celebrations and the war finished.
Oh golly,
Everyone went
yes.
totally berserk. And
Yes, definitely.
how long did it last for?
6 years.
6 years. Not that long.
Yeah, 39 to 45.
A lot of people got killed that you knew. Was it? How many brothers and sisters have you got? Did you have?
I did have 8.
You were the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Uncle Bob. I
Aye.
never met any of the others. How many got killed in the war?
One in the First World War, and then I had
So you
a.
never knew him.
No, I never knew him.
Bit of maths there, boy.
He was killed in the First World War. Then I had a sister, Lily. She died having a baby when she was 25. And then there was a little boy of 2 died. A girl. The little boy was John. The little girl was Florence. She died at 18 months. And then my brother Robert went into the Second World War, and would you believe that he went in the same regiment as my brother that was killed in the First World War in the South Lancs, and he wore my eldest brother's badge because my mother and father still had it.
Didn't bring him much luck.
No, it was stolen though, and my mum was very pleased about that.
Pleased because it was stolen.
Yeah, because she thought it might have brought him bad luck. But he came through
So
it, you see.
Alright.
No, that was Bob.
That was Bob.
Yeah, that was Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
And he had a few narrow escapes. He was a sergeant. He was made up on the battlefield into sergeant. He had
What for? What did you do?
he wouldn't tell us, love. He wouldn't talk about the war. Trying. And he had what do you call it when somebody's mentioned in dispatches?
I don't know.
oh dear me, what you call it, John? When there's a, oh dear me.
Commendation or something? Or?
It was one of those, but it was called a special thing. And he had one, it's what they call mentioned in dispatches. But he would never ever tell us what he did.
Strange.
He couldn't bring himself to talk about it, so.
So what about your mum and dad? How old were they when they died?
My mum was 66, and my dad was 77.
How old were you?
I was 20 when my mum, 21 when my mum died. 7 years after.
That was at the beginning of the war.
Mm-hmm.
And then your dad.
Well, the war was on when my mum died. She died in 1941. My mum died.
Oh, chip in here, Suzanne.
You're managing to move it.
Oh, and mum died in 1941.
This is your Auntie Suzanne, kids. This is her as a young, attractive woman. You know her now, of course, as a grey-haired, fat old woman.
Thanks.
So she was once actually quite attractive.
I've got that wizened old man further across as well.
This is your granddad here.
It's going through puberty at the minute. It's quite amusing, isn't it?
This one.
Oh no, I thought my Gareth was his GB.
This is cousin Nick, cousin twice removed or something silly like that.
Gareth.
Yes, look. That's my mum. That's my brother. That's my dad. And that's my brother Albert. That's Jim. That's me. And that's Robert. Your gran and great-gran and granddad.
Possibly be able to see it. Conceivable.
Got these cards.
That's my great.
There's your
It's actually
granddad.
there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's my granddad there.
That's what they called a charabang.
Is that granddad?
The moustache.
That one there.
Yes. That's a charabang.
Auntie Liz, and that'll be Harry, is it?
Uncle
Is
Harry.
that her now?
What
Yeah.
you do is first round you pick.
That's Uncle Harry.
That's your mum and dad.
That's your mum.
You
My mum.
you
Yeah.
shuffle
I've got a Mohican.
cards and pick
Hmm?
Got a Mohican there.
top.
Oh, I always